A history expert from the University of Sydney says that the monarch will be sparingly in his use of the royal family's youngest members at public events. King Charles III has been tipped to use Prince George strategically during his reign, but will want to protect his grandson, a historian has said. George has made a number of public appearances alongside his parents, the Prince and Princess of Wales, including at a carriage ride with his siblings during Queen Elizabeth II's Platinum Jubilee in June. But his role is expected to develop as the future monarch learns from his grandfather, King Charles III, an academic says. Dr. Cindy McCreary, a cultural historian at the University of Sydney, said the king will seek the help of Prince George, 9, Princess Charlotte, 7, and Prince Louis, 4, as he carries out his duties as head of state and Commonwealth leader. She said, "I think going forward, George and his siblings will be used for strategically by Charles." But Dr. McCreary cautioned this would not happen immediately given the ages of William and Kate's children. Dr. McCreary said, "On the one hand, they are young and I do think they will genuinely want to protect them, and as their grandfather Charles will want to protect them. But on the other hand, I think that strategic use, if I can use that term, of the children will help Charles get over an issue he has, which is that Hess coming to the throne as a 73-year-old, much, much older, than his mother came to the throne, as a young 25-year-old who had young children." So I think in some ways, the grandchildren will be used strategically, but at the same time, very selectively. The royal expert told Honey magazine with greater visibility, George, Charlotte and Louis will help boost King Charles Ives' popularity. She added, but on the other hand, too much showing the kids might distract people from him. So it's a delicate balance. George has made a number of public appearances, most recently by joining his siblings and parents for a day of settling in at Lambrook School, which came after the Wales's move to Windsor. To mark the young royal's 9th birthday in July, the Prince and Princess of Wales released a photo of George which was taken by Kate during a family holiday. He also joined a carriage procession with Charlotte and Louis as the royal family marked the Queen's Platinum Jubilee in June. George and Charlotte also joined their parents for a walkabout during a surprise visit to Wales, again for the Jubilee. In March, was pictured holding his father's hand while Charlotte held Kate's as they left a Thanksgiving service for Prince Philip, the Duke of Edinburgh. He has also made several appearances at sports events, including Wimbledon, a Six Nations rugby match and the European Championship final. Meanwhile, the Prince and Princess of Wales visited Sandringham House on Thursday to view a sea of flowers left by members of the public at the gates to the Queen's Norfolk home. Mental health counselor Julie Young, 51, from March in Cambridgeshire, said, "We asked about the children and how the children are coping with it all. William said he thinks George understands, but the other two are not really, don't understand. She said this may be due to George being older than Charlotte and Louis. The Prince of Wales also told well-wishers that walking behind his grandmother's coffin brought back memories of his mother Diana's funeral. William and Kate, both 40, took time to read messages on the many tributes with thousands gathered behind metal barriers to see the couple, who chatted to people for almost an hour. The heir to the throne told retired dry cleaner Peggy Butcher, "This sea of flowers is unbelievable." He also extended his thanks to everyone for going to the estate. Today, September 16, King Charles III will be joined by his siblings to mount a silent vigil at the coffin of the Queen as thousands of mourners stand in line for miles to pay their last respects to the monarch during her lying in state. King Charles III, Princess Anne, Princes Andrew, and Edward, Earl of Wessex, will join the ceremonial guard for a 15-minute vigil at Westminster Hall, where their 96-year-old mother's coffin has rested since Wednesday evening. Tens of thousands of people from all walks of life have patiently queued for hours for the opportunity to file past the coffin, with the line stretching back almost 5 miles. Officials expect about 750,000 people to view the coffin before the lying in state ends on Monday.